Greetings and welcome. It's nice to be back. Welcome to Hall of Fame Biographies, episode number 293, Turkey Stearns, plus trivia, 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 and more trivia. We got a lot of trivia to catch up on. That's going to be the fun part for today, that's for sure. I've got a whole stack of trivia here. A whole stack of trivia. So we'll be doing some catching up. We got to catch up the whole month of September. Won't do it all today. We'll do some today and then some tomorrow. And maybe by the end of the week, we'll catch up to October the 4th. That's the hopings, at least. Kevin's Models and More. Big Ray, Sean the Jedi Master, Space Case Cards. Everybody checking in here. If you haven't give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. Let's see if we can screen through and get double digits in no time with the glad to be back in the saddle again for the most part. I am on call. I will be on call. So if my wife does call me and I need to help her with anything, I'll be exiting the studio. Okay? But shouldn't be too long today. Just wanted to get rolling again with my Hall of Fame biographies. We are up to episode 293. That means we'll be heading to episode 307 probably sometime next week. Okay, we are on the S's. In case you're wondering here, this is my big master list. We are on we did Willie Stargell, so we are on Turkey Stearnes 293. Episode number 300 will be Frank Thomas. Episode 310 will be Bill Veeck. Episode 320 will be George Weiss. Episode 330 will be Smokey Joe Williams. Episode 340 will be Thomas Yockey. And of course, our last episode for this year, if we get that far, we might be pretty close, that's for sure, will be 343, and that will be Robin Young. So we'll be having some fun coming up to close the year off. Maybe get through all the Hall of Famers until the new class of 2025 shows up, which will include for sure, most likely, Ichiro. So thank you, everybody. An update on Cindy. So I will give you an update. She actually had physical therapy today at 11 o'clock. And physical therapy cleared her. If we do have any problems or questions, we're able to contact her physical therapist, and she should have the same physical therapist after her procedure. So originally, until today, all it takes is a phone call. We did get a phone call from the people that are doing her surgery that was going to be on the 24th of October. Oh, by the way, let me turn the camera around so you guys can see me. I am here, in case you were wondering. Okay? I am here. So you can see me loud and clear right now. Okay? Let me tilt this a little bit more. I can do that with the camera. And then that way you can see me. But I do appreciate everybody being here. We will do for first order of business. We are at 722 entries so far in our September-October giveaway. So we are at the 7 prizes level, in case you're wondering. Okay, but I will get everybody logged in today right after we went live at 4 o'clock. I'll just do the 4 o'clockers on, and it says Big Rays first. I'm just going to shorten things, but I'll know what it is when I put it in to my wheel of names. And then we have a God is Great. Space Case cards. Then we got Sean the Jedi Master. I'll just put Sean the Jedi. Kevin's Models and More. Thanks for popping in, Kevin. Appreciate you. Let's just do Kevin's Models. God is Great. Big Ray. Lockin is here. Lockin 99. And by the way, it is the 1st of October. So as soon as I see my payments start showing up for my Patreons, I will get my Patreon packages sent out for those that are still there. I'm supposed to have supposed to have a big loud bell. Oh, you mean it? Oh my word, I forgot my bell. I got to get my bell back. My wife's been using it when she needs to call for service. When she has to call for service, that's generally what's happening. So I do have to get my big bell. I do got to get my big bell and ring my bell. Ringing my bell, my bell, my bell. See, so I got Locking down here. Sean the Jedi, Big Ray, God is Great, Kevin's Models and More. Let's see, Matty Ice. Got to get in Matty Ice here. Matty Ice. Okay. Big Ray. Thought AI may have taken over your channel. Glad to see it's you, Don. Oh, no problem. No problem. Locking, and Big Ray. That is what I mean. She needs a bell, not a phone. Well, yeah, I know, but when I closed the door for the studio, I said, just in case, call me on my phone, and I'll come. That way I can see that she's calling, and then I'll know she needs something. She's doing pretty good, though. They released her today, like I said, again, from physical therapy. Oh, by the way, we did get our procedure for her heart has been moved back. The surgeon that was supposed to be doing her procedure on the 24th of October had to move it to early to mid-November. So other than that, that's the only setback, but that's okay. My wife's like, that gives me a little bit time to heal from the brain bleed. And that's what she'll say. She'll just point to her head and stuff because she'll say, oh, by the way, I am growing some hair. You can probably see it now. Ever since my wife went in the hospital, I haven't shaved my head. So my hair is starting to grow back. Actually, I think I'm getting it ready for Christmas. I might end up growing a beard here come. No shave, no shave November. Is that whatever they do, whatever they call it. But yeah, I do have some hair coming back. Sean, did you have all of those cards Donald needed for his set? Oh, is Sean the Jedi Master working on that? I know somebody had mentioned they were going to see what they could do to finish my series. Well, my series 1 is done. All I do is I just need those cards on my list. On my YouTube channel, you go to my posts and you'll see the cards there that I need, that I'm missing for my series 2 to make my complete set. Okay, So that we are doing. Dragon Fan Tim's in the house. Dragon Fan Tim. And we may do bonus after we do the biography too, just so everybody knows. We may do a bonus. We'll see how that goes. Chuck Nasty. Chuck Nasty. Oh, did I get Chuck? Nope. Chuck Nasty Sports is here too. I've got Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Peace, okay? I've got Big Ray. I've got God is Great. I got Space Case Cards. I got Shaun the Jedi. I've got Kevin's Models and More. I've got Lockin' 99. I got Matty Ice Cards. I got Dragon Fan Tim. And I got Chuck Nasty Sports. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Last call. We are at the 10-minute warning here. So it has been 10 minutes since I did go live. So yeah, she is doing well. She is coming along pretty good. And that's why the physical therapist said that she's doing fine. She's gone out for some outdoor walks. We've done good with that. And she's been popping around. 10 likes. Let me do a refresh here. Make sure. Mine says 7 thumbs up. And the winner is... The winner is 10 thumbs up. You guys were right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I got everybody. When is the race, Maddie? Okay, so Big Ray, God is Great, Space Case Cards, Shaun the Jedi. Let's see. I'm going to do 2 for everybody. 2 plus, 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 maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. All right. So that'll get us up to 742. All right. So we are in business. So we're going to do some, let's see, I'm going to do these. What do we got here? We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, and we got 4. I think we'll do at least 4 trivias plus 2 others. We'll see what time we finish. I don't want to go too super long, but I am going to do what I like to do, and that's Turkey Stearns. I don't have any cards for Turkey Stearns, but he is from the Negro Leagues from 1923 to 1941. And we'll learn about him. So without further ado, let me get my camera switched back to the leaderboard here. There. I can have these right here. And we are going to do some trivia, and then we'll get into Norman Thomas Turkey Stearns for his biography for his Hall of Fame. Sure, we'll let that go. Is this my new time? No. When possible, I will try and do the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. It's just we did have some company come home this afternoon after my wife's physical therapy. There's a family in the church that's been trying to work out a time when they could come by and visit us and stuff. So it will be 2 p.m. unless there's a medical thing going on, but I will put it in the time. So you've seen these shows coming up for October were already scheduled, and that's why I figured, okay, we're home. My wife's doing better. Everything's going fine. So we are thumbs up for doing the show again. When I can, if I can't, if we're gone for a doctor's appointment or medical lab tests or things like that nature, I will adjust accordingly. But just pay attention. You can go to the channel and you'll see where, if you go to lives, you'll see where they'll be scheduled. So they'll be scheduled up. I've already got all my lives, I think, scheduled through this week for sure. Let me check here on the list here. I've got Turkey Stearnes, and then we've got Casey Stengel, we've got Bruce Suter, and we got George Suttles. So I've got the next 4 for sure for this week scheduled. And now that there's no physical therapy on Friday because that one got canceled, we don't have any scheduled appointments this week. So I should be on time, 2 o'clock every afternoon for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we should be on time, okay? So our trivia for Monday, September 24th, or September 2nd, 2024, which was Labor Day, our trivia would have been as follows. The baseball birthdays for that day, of course, are Al Spalding, Marv Thornberry, Monty Pearson, and Rich Aurelia. Or Aurelia. All right? And it is baseball history. Okay? Name the former Cy Young Award winner who Yankees pitcher Mike Mussina faced when he came within 1 out of throwing a perfect game. Was that A, Pedro Williams? Was that B, Roger Clemens? Was that C, David Cone? Or was that D, David Wells? So always our trivia questions will be 5 points unless I adjust accordingly, okay? Okay, let's see who can get this one first. Does it count? No. All right, Space Case Cards got that one. He got the first 5-point trivia question here. Space Case Card said C, David Cone. Okay, so it is. There's our question. The answer is C. I won't repeat it for sake of time. And it says C. It was September 2nd, 2001 at Fenway Park, and Cone, pitching for the Sox, hadn't allowed a run through 8 innings, while Mussina hadn't allowed even a base runner. The Yankees tallied an unearned run in the 9th for a 1-0 lead with the Red Sox. Up to bat, Mussina got Troy O'Leary on a ground out and fanned Lou Merloni, his 13th strikeout victim. He faced pinch hitter Carl Everett, whom he had fanned 4 times in a game in May, but after 3 consecutive fastballs threw another over the plate on a 1-2 count, and Everett dropped a single into left field. The perfect game was gone, though the Yankees won 1-0. So congratulations there, Space Case. You got the first trivia back from my wife's surgery. Okay, next up will be Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. And our baseball birthdays for the 3rd of September were Eddie Stanky, Sandy Consugra, Tom Brewer, and Luis Gonzalez. So This one is another 5-pointer. Which of the following members of the 500 home run club hit a homer in his debut? Was it A, Miguel Cabrera? Was it B, Eddie Murray? Was it C, Mel Ott? Or was it D, Jimmy Fox? Which one was it? A, B, C, or D? A, Miguel Cabrera, B, Eddie Murray, C, Mel Ott, or D, Jimmy Fox? And Dragon fan Tim got that one with Miggy. Dragon fan Tim got the 5-pointer with Miguel Cabrera. Okay, there we go. Which of the following members of the 500 home run club got a homer in his debut? A, Miguel Cabrera. I'll read through the answer here. In his debut on June 20th, 2003, Cabrera batted 8th and played left field for the Marlins against the Devil Rays. With the game tied at a man in the bottom of the 11th, he hit the first pitch from lefty Al Levine over the center field fence. The Marlins won 3-1. Later that season, Cabrera clubbed 3 homers in the National League Championship Series against the Cubs, and the Marlins toppled the Yankees in 6 games in the World Series. He hit a 500th homer, his 500th homer, 18 years later on August the 22nd, 2021. Off lefty Steven Matz. Sorry about that, but Miguel Cabrera. Congratulations on that one there, Dragon fan. All right, our next one is just an on this day in baseball for Wednesday, September the 4th. The baseball birthdays were Mike Piazza, Frank White, Eddie Watkins, and Ken Harrelson. And yes, probably everybody knows the news from now. Pete Rose passed away yesterday at 83 years old. Pete Rose passed away yesterday at 83. So God rest his soul. All right. So on this day, Wednesday, September 4th, 1991, a committee on statistical accuracy ruled that the asterisk next to Roger Maris's 61 home runs in 1961 would be removed from the record books. Commissioner Fay Vincent said, "I'm inclined to support the single record thesis, and that is Maris hit more home runs in a season than anyone else." With the ruling, the commissioner and the committee didn't address the reason for the asterisk in the first place. That Babe Ruth hit 16 home runs in 154 games. That same span of 154 games, Maris hit only 59 home runs, and he surpassed Ruth with his 61st in the 162nd and final game of the 1961 season. So there we go. On this day in baseball, Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. All right, our next one is just going to be a quote. Will just be a quote. A baseball quote coming up next. All right, and then again, like I said, we might do a few more at the end of the stream here. But baseball quotes: "I don't want to play golf. When I hit a ball, I want someone else to go chase it." That was said of Rogers Hornsby, Hall of Fame second baseman for the Cardinals. And the baseball birthdays for Thursday, September 24th, or September 5th, 2024, were the baseball birthdays: Napoleon LaJoie, Bill Mazeroski, Candy Maldonado, and Gene Bearden. Okay, our next one will be another trivia, right? This one will be a 5-pointer if you can guess which teams had 2 losing streaks of 14 or more games in the same season. Okay? So this one will be a 5-pointer if you can get them all correct. If not, if you get 1 or 2 or 3 of them correct. If you don't get all 3, if you get all 3, you get 5 points. If you only get 2 correct, you'll get 2 points. If somebody only gets 1 correct, we'll go from there if that happens, okay? But whoever gets the first 3 correct answers out of the 4 choices, you will get 5 points. How can you say the White Sox? I didn't even give you the question yet. All right. So for Friday, September the 6th, 2024, the baseball birthdays are Red Faber, Vince DiMaggio, Derek Lee, and Harry Danning. Okay. So dubious distinction. Which teams had 2 losing streaks of 14 or more games in the same season? All right. Is it A, the Rustlers? Is it B, the Cubs? Is it C, the Braves? Or is it D, the Orioles? Okay, I'll read through the question and the answers one more time, and then I'll have you guys give a guess. Okay. Which team had 2 losing streaks of 14 or more games in the same season? Was it A, the Rustlers, B, the Cubs, C, the Braves, or D, the Orioles? All right. So far, what do we got here? Space Case says the Browns, the Orioles, and the Mets. What? How could you say that? They're not even there. All right. So Dragon Fan Tim says B, C, and D. You got 2 correct there. So far, Dragon Fan's in the lead with 2. Okay. Anybody else? Oh, and by the way, only 1 guess per person. A, C, and D. Dragon Fan Tim adjusted his and says A, C, and D. Okay. Dragon Fan Tim, you got that one correct. It is the Rustlers, the Braves, and the Orioles. So it is A, C, and D for Dragon Fan. Okay. So we will go over the answers, and then we'll do one more trivia, and then we will get into our biography for today. Okay. One more dubious distinction. Which of the teams had 2 losing streaks of 14 or more games in the same season? It was the Rustlers, the Braves, and the Orioles. On the back, it says A, C, and D. The 1911 Boston Rustlers, later the Braves, lost 14 straight from May 9th to May 24th, and 16 straight from July 17th to August the 1st. They finished 44, 107, and 5 ties, 54 games out of first. The 1935 Braves dropped 15 straight from July 6th to July 21st, and 14 straight from August the 28th to September 13th. They finished 61 games out of first, and their 3,815 record in the second, worst since 1900. The 2021 Orioles lost 14 games from May 18th to May 31st, and another straight from August the 3rd to August the 24th. Unlike the Rustlers and the Braves, their 52 and 110 mark, .321, isn't among the worst 25 teams since 1900. So congratulations there, Dragon Fan Tim, on getting that one correct. And our last one for the early part here, okay, is for Saturday, September 7th, and Sunday, September 24th, which was Grandparents' Day. All right. Our Saturday birthdays for the 7th was Joe Rudy, David Fouts, Kurt Davis, and Jason Ishingassen. Our Sunday birthdays were for the 8th of September, Jim Bagby, Don Asse, Ken Forsch, and Garrett Cole. Baseball oddities. Rank the following members of the 500 Home Run Club by who took the longest between their 499th and 500th home runs. So rank them by who's first, second, and third place. So the names of the players are Jimmy Fox, B. Harmon Killebrew, and C. Miguel Cabrera. Okay, so rank them first, second, and third. Okay, so go ahead and start your guessing on this trivia here. Then we'll get ready to go into our biography. Sorry, I fell asleep. B, A, and C. Let's see. A, B, C. Dun, 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 dun. A, B, and C. That would be the correct order, yes. A, B, and C by Space Case Cards. Space Case Cards got that one correct. Space Case and Dragon Fan were the trivia monsters here. All right. So, baseball oddities, it was A was number 1, B was number 2, Miguel Cabrera was number 3. And the stats for that one, 1A, after hitting his 499th on September 4th, 1940, Fox didn't hit his 500th off the athlete's George Castor until 20 days and 61 at-bats later. Second, at B, Killebrew hit his 499th off Louis Tiant on July 25th, 1971, and his 500th and then 501st off Mike Kuehler, 43 at-bats. Later, on August the 10th, 3C, Cabrera hit his 449th off Matt Harvey on August the 11th, 2021, and didn't reach 500 until 31 at-bats later on August the 22nd. Congrats, guys. I've got to work. Don, I'll email you about the cards by tomorrow. Oh, okay. Thanks there, Sean. Appreciate that. And yeah, if you want, I can help pay for postage to ship it out to me if you need help on that. Just let me know. But I appreciate any help I can get on that list from anybody. And if you don't have everything, if you have most of them, I can edit my list and then show people what I have left to get. Okay? But thanks there, Sean. Appreciate you very much. So again, that was Grandparents' Day, baseball oddities. We will take a little break from that right now. So what do we got here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, 62. We're at 762 entries so far, it looks like. All right. So we are going to, it might take me a little second to turn here and stuff. All right. That's Dangle. He'll be next. But we're going to do Norman Thomas Turkey Stearns will be first here. Okay. I'll set up here as we're switching over here. Norman Thomas Stearns, Turkey Stearns. a graceful center fielder as well. He played in 4 East-West All-Star games, played 11 seasons for the Detroit Stars, and also excelling with the New York Lincoln Giants, Kansas City Monarchs, the Chicago American Giants, and the Philadelphia Stars. Okay, Turkey Stearnes is our Hall of Famer as we return to our series here. Again, this is episode 293 in our Hall of Fame biography series. Norman Thomas Turkey Stearnes was born May 8, 1901. Passed away on September 4, 1979. 78 years old. Was an American baseball center fielder. He played 18 years in the Negro Leagues, including 9 years with the Detroit Stars in 1923 to 1931, 6 years with the Chicago American Giants, 1932 to 35, 1937 to 98, and 3 years with the Kansas City Monarchs in 1938 to 40. Get a sip of water real quick here. I've got dinner ready for me. Gotta go down and eat. See you tomorrow, Don. Welcome back, and prayers for Cynthia. Appreciate that, Big Ray. Did your packages get to me? You mean that big heavy package of books? I did get one package there, Boom Slang. I got those books. Can't remember, was it more than? I know, I think it was one box, or maybe it was two. But you're saying packages. I remember recently I got, I think I had a box of books that came while my wife was gone or just before. I didn't open that one online, but I got it in my book room. I got it. You sent two. Did you have tracking numbers for both of them? Maybe if they showed delivered, maybe it was two. I remember seeing one for sure that I recall. But again, this last month was a blur. It was a big blur. Sorry. I mean, I know I got things in. I went through stuff. I didn't do much with it. I know I got a bunch more books from you. If there were two tracking numbers, if you could check. If they were both delivered, I'm pretty sure I got them. You said you sent two. Maybe it was two. Forgive me, Mickey. I can try and give you a call after we're done here. But I think so. We get you logged in here, Boom Slang, with your. Even though you weren't here for the early birds, I'm going to knock you down, mark you down as being present today. How's that? Since this is my first time back. 2 bulk boxes, like the others. Yeah, I think you sent them book rate or something, or media mail. Pretty sure you sent the media mail, but that's usually the cheapest rate you can do. Oh, I think it was. I think it was two boxes, I think. Was it the flat rates or was it media? I can't remember for sure. But I'm pretty sure I know I've gotten a whole lot of books from you. So I'm pretty sure I've got everything you were sending to me, as far as I know. And I do appreciate it. I haven't had a chance to go through and read any of them, but I did kind of organize. I tried to organize the little books and the big books and the humongous big books, and that's a lot of stuff to digest there. No wonder why you didn't want to get involved in that process either. But it'll be a lot of good reading material. I logged in when you had 2 hours before you were supposed to start and fell asleep. Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, appreciate you. All right, Stearnes ranks 5th in Major League Baseball MLB history with a 6.616 career slugging percentage, and 7th in MLB history with a 3.48 career batting average. He led the Negro National League in home runs 6 times, and he won the Negro National League Batting Championship in 1929 with a .390 batting average, and repeated as batting champion in 1931 with a .376 average. Stearnes was posthumously elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2000. Oh, and you still have one more to come. Oh my! Here, I thought you sent me everything you had. That's okay. I'll find space for it in that crowded room. You know how that goes, Mickey. I know you do. 'Cause I know you're reorganizing your whole stuff to get it back out of storage, right? Oh my word! But I don't think I have near as much as you have there, Mickey. You have tons of boxes. I don't know what I would do with all those cards that you have. All right, as far as his early years, Stearnes was born in Nashville, Tennessee in 1901, and there were two versions as to how he acquired the nickname Turkey. The most common version is that the name came from his unusual style of running the bases while flapping his arms. The second version, advanced by Stearnes himself, was he gained the nickname due to a potbelly he had as a child. Stearnes attended Pearl High School in Nashville. He later recalled, "I learned to play baseball in high school. We had a lot of sandlots. All the schools around here had clubs, and at the time, I was a pitcher. They were getting me to play every Friday." Stearnes' father died when he was 15 years old, and Stearnes left school to find work to support his family. Stearnes later recalled, "I just did any job that popped up. The uh, taking care of hogs or cows or anything like that. I worked at a grocery store, driving a wagon delivering groceries. I worked at the Baptist Publishing Board, a janitor, mostly running errands." He continued to play sandlot baseball on Saturdays and Sundays. As far as his professional baseball, being a professional baseball player, Negro Southern League in 1921 and 1922. Stearnes began his career in professional baseball in 1921 with the Montgomery Gray Sox of the Southern Negro League, and he was Montgomery's leadoff hitter and led the club to the pennant, and he switched to the Memphis Red Sox. In his history of the Negro Leagues, Mark Grabowski described the impact Stearnes had on Montgomery. Sorry, I'm trying to clean my glasses off. They're a little spotty. That's better. In Montgomery, Alabama, a Cobra-like outfielder, Norman Turkey Stearnes, was ripping up leg pitching, all arms and legs. Stearnes was a pastiche of oddities. In his batting stance, he leaned way forward and his back foot pointed straight up. When he ran, his elbows flapped in and out, thus his nickname. He choked up on a light, thin bat, yet he hit moonshot home runs. In 1922, Stearnes joined the Memphis Red Sox of the Southern League and continued to play well. The Detroit Stars sent catcher Bruce Petway to Memphis to scout Stearnes, who was then playing first base and pitcher. Petway offered Stearnes a chance to play with the Stars in 1922, and Stearnes declined, deciding to remain in Tennessee to finish high school. As far as the Detroit Stars in 1923 to 1931, after finishing high school, Stearnes traveled to Detroit and joined the Stars in March of 1923. In an interview with the Negro League historian John B. Holway, Stearnes described his move to Detroit. "I came north in 1923 on March 1st and came here to Detroit. I worked at the Briggs Manufacturing Company, the same man that owned the Tigers, all our gang. He gave us a job out there and we'd play semi-pro. We were painting bodies of the cars, and I was putting them into the dryer myself. The white boys were painting. I put them on the dryer for them. In 23, I was playing professional ball with the Detroit Stars out on Mack Avenue. That was the biggest thing doing around here in Detroit among the colored. As a rookie in 1923, Stearns immediately became one of the top players of the Negro National League. He led the NNL with 14 triples and ranked among the NNL leaders with 49 extra base hits, second. 136 putouts in center field, second. And 17 home runs, third, with 85 RBIs, third, 70 runs scored, third, and 198 total bases, third. A 710 slugging percentage, third, and a 362 average, seventh. Stearns remained a fixture with the Stars, holding down the center field position for 9 years, from 1923 to 1931. And he had one of his finest seasons in 1925 when he hit for a 371 batting average and a 668 slugging percentage in the Negro National Leagues in hits. 135 triples, 14 home runs, 19, and RBIs 126. 3 years later, in 1929, he recorded his first Negro National League batting championship with an average of 390, and also led the league with a 4.468 on-base percentage and a 6.72 slugging percentage. In 1930, Stearns left Detroit to play for the New York Lincoln Giants, and he returned to Detroit after playing 20 games in New York. Playing without Stearns, the Stars finished fourth in the first half of the season, and Stearns returned. They won the second half pennant. In 1931, his final year with the Stars, Stearns won his second Negro National League batting championship with a 376 average and again led the league on an on-base percentage 465 and slugging 623. As far as the Chicago Coals American Giants in 1932 to 35, the Detroit Stars folded after the 1931 season, and Stearns joined. Hold on a second. Hey, sweetie.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, honey.
Why you call me?
I'm trying to call Jenny. Okay, bye.
All right. All right. How's my wife? She was trying to call our niece. Our niece is a registered nurse, and she likes to help her out sometimes if she has questions. All right. Sorry about that. Minor delay. Chicago Coals American Giants in 1932 to 35. All right. Then he played for Philadelphia and Detroit in 1936 and 37. In 1936, Stearns played for the Philadelphia Stars, and he led the Negro National League with 5 triples and 120 putouts by a center fielder and ranked among the league's leaders with 122 total bases, second, 23 extra base hits, second, 43 RBIs, second, 45 runs scored, third, 10 home runs, third, and a 571 slugging percentage, fourth. Stearns returned to the Detroit Stars in 1937. His batting average dipped to 286, but he still ranked second in the league with 5 home runs. All right. Chicago and Kansas City in 1937 to 40. Stearns concluded his major league career with the Chicago American Giants in 1937-38 and Kansas City Monarchs in 1938 and 40. In 1939, he compiled a 330 batting average and led the Negro American Leagues in both runs with 47 and home runs with 7. In 1940, his final major league season, Stearns at age 39 led the NAL in both RBIs with 33 and home runs with 5. An all-around player, power, average, speed, and fielding. Despite his slender build, Stearns led the Negro Major Leagues and home runs 7 times in 24, 25, 28, 31, 32, 39, and 1940. He hit a career high 24 home runs in only NNL 80 games played in 1928. His 187 career home runs is the most in Negro League history, 7 more than second place Mule Suttles. In an interview with John Hallway, Stearns described the source of his power as follows: I never did well over 168 pounds. Well, I have reached up to 175 my last few years in baseball, but people couldn't understand how I hit the ball so hard and far. I was strong in my shoulders. That was the difference. Despite being one of the Negro League's best home run hitters, he was typically a leadoff hitter in his history of the Negro Leagues. Leslie A. Heaphy wrote, Stearns generally led off, though he had a fair amount of power. His speed and strength averages made him the choice of the top of the order. He also had great speed and a strong arm. Stearns was also known for his unusual batting stance. The Negro League Baseball Museum described it as follows: Stearns had a unique stance, with his front foot turned heel down and pointed straight up. But although not a heavy man, he was a natural hitter with powerful shoulders. Biographer Richard Bach described the stance as right foot splayed, the toe pointed skyward. Satchel Paige noted, he had a funny stance, but he could get around on it. It was the greatest hitters we ever had. His was as good as Josh Gibson, and he was as good as anybody ever played baseball. Another contemporary, Jimmy Crutchfield, recalled Stearns as a quickie, jerky sort of guy who could hit the ball a mile. Turkey had a ball stance you'd swear couldn't let anyone hit a baseball at all. He'd stand up there looking like he was off balance, but it was natural for him to stand that way, and you couldn't criticize him for when he was hitting everything they threw at him. Get a sip of water here real quick. All right. Despite having played pitcher and the first base before joining the Stars, Stearns won a reputation as one of the best center fielders in the history of the Negro Leagues. Negro League contemporary Ted Radcliffe opined that even Cool Papa Bell couldn't field a Turkey Stearns. Bell was faster, but Turkey Stearns was one of the best fly ball men. Stearns' career-high totals rank him among the greatest batters in baseball history. His .6157 career slugging percentage ranks 5th in Major League history. His .348 career batting average ranks 7th highest in Major League history. His .4168 on-base percentage ranks 24th highest in baseball history. He led the Negro League Baseball in six triples 6 times in 1923 to 25, 27, 34, and 36, which was the most all-time in late Major League Baseball, announcing several of the Negro Leagues from 1920 to 1948 as Major Leagues. Stearns now shares the record for most times leading a league in triples. With Sam Crawford. He is one of 9 players in Negro League Baseball history to have won multiple batting titles, with only Josh Gibson and Oscar Charleston as having more than Stearns, who won twice. Cool Papa Bell says of Stearns, that man could hit the ball as far as anybody. And he was one of our best all-around players. He could field, he could hit, he could run, and he had plenty of power. Family and his latter years. Despite his accomplishments, Stearns had to work winters in Detroit auto plants to survive. He worked for 30 years for Ford Motor Company in, in the foundry at the River Rouge plant. In 1946, Stearns was married to his wife Nettie, a school teacher. Nellie was also a niece of Negro League veteran Ted Radcliffe. Stearns and his wife lived in a modest house on Detroit's east side. They had two daughters, Joyce and Rosalind. In 1979, Stearns had a heart attack, and later that year he suffered complications after surgery at Detroit's Harper Hospital for a time of strength. And it was distributed by ABC and ESPN 30 for 30. As far as his baseball Hall of Fame legacy, Stearns was not included into the Baseball Hall of Fame during his lifetime, even as the Hall began to induct others who had played only in the Negro Leagues. Cool Papa Bell in 1974, Oscar Charleston in 1976, and Pop Lloyd in 1977. Stearns was overlooked who was track coach at Cass Tech High School, recalled. You could go up to him and say something to him, but he wouldn't talk. Never seen anything like him. He was a peculiar fellow, but he sure could play the game. After Stearns' death in 1979, Nettie led a 20-year campaign to have Stearns inducted into the Hall of Fame and was finally inducted in July of 2000. At the induction ceremony, Nettie said, I prayed every morning for 20 years that this would happen. My husband was one of the greatest baseball players ever to play the game. This is certainly an honor he deserved. We wish it could have happened during his lifetime. Stearns also received other notable posthumous honors, including the following. In July 2001, baseball historian Bill James ranked Stearns as the 25th greatest baseball player of all time. In July 2007, the Detroit Tigers held a Turkey Stearns Day at Comiskey. As part of the ceremonies, a permanent plaque honoring Stearns was unveiled outside the center field gate. Stearns was inducted into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame in February 2008. Stearns was inducted into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame in February 2010. In 2019, a display honoring Stearns was included in the Hank Greenberg Walk of Heroes at the Corner Ballpark, the historic site of Tiger Stadium, the intersection of Michigan and Trumbull Adventures in Detroit. All right. So then all we got left now is Turkey Stearns' Hall of Fame encapsulation of his induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was an outfielder, again, born May 8, 1901, Nashville, Tennessee, and he died September 4th, 1979, at the age of 78, Detroit, Michigan. He batted left, threw left, Negro League debut 1920 for the Nashville Giants. His last Negro League appearance was 1940 for the Kansas City Monarchs. Negro League statistics: batting average 348, hits 1,326, home runs 187, runs batted in 1,009, stolen bases 130, Nashville Giants in 1920, Montgomery Gray Sox 1921. The New York Lincoln Giants in 1930, the Kansas City Monarchs 1931, 34, 38 and 40, Chicago American Giants 1932 to 35 and 37 to 38. The Philadelphia Stars in 1936 and the Detroit Stars in 1937. His career highlights and awards: a five-time All-Star player, 1932, 34, 35, 37, 39. Negro Leagues National League batting champion, 1929 to 31. All right. And became a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, inducted in 2000 via the election method of the Veterans Committee. So there you have it. Turkey States. Oh, sorry. Don't mind me so much. Right? Where did you go? There we go. All right. That's fine. I logged in when you had 2 hours before. I still have one more to send. Got you there, Vicky. All right. So let me do our end of capsulation. Let me see here. Maybe we'll do a couple more trivias. We still got a few people left in here. What do we got? Oh, it only says 4, huh? Well, if I do some now, these are harder ones. No, I've been going for an hour. We'll go ahead and get ready to close up. Tomorrow we'll continue with September the 9th. We will do September 9th tomorrow. We will do the end of stream. Let's just do that. So, I will give you 5 entries for being here at the end of stream also. So whoever is here, speak now or forever hold your peace. All you gotta do is let me know that you're still here, and you get 5 entries for the end of stream, and we'll go from there. Looks like I got 11 thumbs up now. Or are we still standing strong at 10? And the winner is, nope, still standing strong at 10. I got one Fairfield box down here for the end of this month. Oh no, the only one I have for this month. We'll be doing that Friday. Okay. So nobody here at the 2-minute warning? That's a weird one. Nobody chimed in here yet. Let's see, I started at 5:00, end of stream, 2-minute warning. 5. Oh, there we go. No problem. Got a bunch more to send out. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem there, Jason. Like I said, I've got enough for this. I've got my last Fairfield for this Friday, and then we'll just continue to go on from there. So Lockin 99, Lockin gets a 5. Space Case gets a 5. And I believe that's it. Let's go ahead and get ready here. right. I think there are new batches too. Well, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's end that off there. I will get everybody added on here that was here today. So we'll have everybody that's here for now. And we will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be doing Casey Stengel. I got two cards for Casey, I think, here. Casey at the bat. 2 Casey Stengel cards here. Along with his Hall of Fame card there. Then after Casey, I think it's Willie Stargell, isn't it? Or no, who is it after Casey Stengel? Oh, Bruce Sutter. I got to get my Bruce Sutter cards. I think I put them in my binder already. I had them ready and didn't need them right away. So we will put Turkey Stearns back in my other binder, my Hall of Fame postcard binder. Okay. So until then, let me get the camera turned around here so you guys can see me. We'll go ahead and get ready to close up shop here. This has been Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards, and more. With Hall of Fame biography 293, Turkey Stearns, plus trivia times question. We'll see how many we'll do tomorrow. Until then, you all take care. It's nice to be back in the saddle again, and we will see you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye for now. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, y'all have a great, wonderful day, and thank you for all the prayers for my wife. Keep praying for us as she continues her recovery, and we'll keep you posted more on the details for our next procedure, hopefully the last procedure for my wife, so she can get back to normalcy again. Till then, y'all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.